Well, let's talk about the Fort Smith Youth Baseball and Softball Organization. Been around a while, but for those who may not know what the organization is, kind of explain what you all do.
Well, Fort Smith Youth Baseball and Softball is a group of civic-minded, community-focused leaders in a lot of different areas. We've got expertise in clinics, which we will talk about here in a little bit, but also in facility management, league structure, all sorts of things that it's just a bunch of people. We got softball experience that just really want to help the community's baseball and softball players develop not only fundamentally in their skills, but also character-wise in their character development.
And there are coaches obviously that teach these characteristics throughout the season, but having clinics like you're having on Sunday really enforces that.
Yeah, what we want to do overall as an organization is we want to raise the level of play and the level of character development, obviously at the same time, if possible, in the entire area for softball players and baseball players. And we think that obviously a rising tide will lift all boats. The better our youth players are, the better our high school players are going to be, the better success those high school teams are going to have. And hopefully the better off our local colleges are going to be as well.
All right, so on Sunday from 2 to 5 at Hunts Park, you've got quite a few people coming in for a clinic. It's a softball clinic. Give us a sense as to what will be happening on Sunday.
This Sunday, November 14th at Hunts Park from 2 to 5 p.m., we have got the first of our many clinics planned. The first clinic is for elementary school 12 and under softball players, so ages 6 through 12.
Okay.
We got Carl Albert State College softball players and coaches coming to run as the main facilitators of the clinic. But we've also got players and coaches from Northside, Southside, Greenwood, Van Buren, Pecola, and Arcoma. Hopefully I didn't leave anybody out. Coming, softball players coming as well. Then we've also got Ali Saki, who is a local Greenwood product, who is an Arkansas Razorback softball player now. We've got her coming down to help with the camp as well.
It may not be the time of year for softball, but when there's always room for clinics like this, and to start out especially with the younger girls, younger softball players, getting their interest piqued in this.
Interestingly enough, softball and baseball tournaments for the fall just ended in the last couple of weeks. So a lot of these young ladies and young men that we will do soon are fresh into baseball and softball. And so they're ready to go. And this is just another way for them to get a free instruction from highly qualified instructors to hopefully make their teams better in the future.
In that 3-hour time span for parents who may not have been a part of this in the past, what goes on at these clinics?
Well, I can tell you right now, nobody has been a part of it in the past because there's not been one ever before that I'm aware of in the city of Fort Smith. So this is the first one, and this is our inaugural event at Fort Smith Youth Baseball and Softball. We're going to have Hunts Park divided into 4 different stations. So we're going to have an infield station, and we're going to have an outfield station. We're going to have a hitting station and a pitching/base running station. So we're going to have Carl Albert softball players and coaches, as well as local high school coaches that are going to be facilitating drills within each of those stations, and then the players will rotate from station to station. And at the end of the camp, we got some prizes and giveaways that we will give away, and then also every camp participant will get a T-shirt.
All right. Is there a limited space? How do parents get their kids signed up for this?
There is not limited space, so they can follow the social media channels of Fort Smith Youth Baseball and Softball. The registration is there, and then I will give you a scoop, and nobody in our organization even knows this yet. We are set to have the first baseball clinic for 12 and under, and that is going to be the following Sunday, also at Hunts Park from 2 to 5 p.m. And I've already got Carl Albert and University of Arkansas Fort Smith coaches and players scheduled for that one. And so we'll be looking at the Fort Smith Youth Baseball and Softball pages for links on how to register for both the softball clinic this Sunday and the baseball clinic coming up next Sunday.
I was going to say, this is the first one that you've had for softball. I was about to ask if what's on the schedule, and then already a week from Sunday as well.
A week from Sunday, we will have the first baseball. That will also be for ages 6 to 12. And then we will have baseball clinics that will be very similar to what we are having this coming Sunday for softball, same format, station to station, led by local high schools as well as the colleges at University of Arkansas, Fort Smith, Coach Holland there, and then Coach Paul Pulley over at Carl Albert.
You know, the kids, obviously the younger kids in elementary get a lot out of this, but don't fool yourself. I know these players and these coaches that put on these clinics get just as much out of this.
That is exactly right. I coach an American Legion high school baseball team in the summer and have for 37 years, not necessarily Legion, but I've coached for 37 years. And one of the things that I always try to do is my passion is I want to develop these players, have them give back to the game. I know that by statistics, 93% of them will not go on to play college.
Yeah.
100% of them will go on to be fathers, sons, employers, employees, and I want to teach them how to fail properly, how to overcome failure, and just teach them life lessons. And one of the important life lessons that we try to stress is giving back to the game that has been good to you. And this is a great step for these high school and college players to give back to the youth of our area.
I know you've seen players that have gone through this. I know since you've coached for a long time that maybe the first 2 or 3 teams you ever coach, you still see those guys around.
Unfortunately, I've done this a long time, and so that may not be as good all the time, but I have coached players of players or sons of players that I've coached before. And so, yeah, I've seen a couple of different generations as long as I've been doing this. I started coaching when I was very young in the Fort Smith Boys and Girls Club and have coached Church League. I've got 18 years of coaching and playing experience in the Fort Smith Church League as well. And so, yeah, I've seen a lot of kids come through, a lot of kids that have gone on to play in college at various levels. But like I said, the main thing is teaching them the life lessons that they can learn on the baseball field.
All right. Shay Hamilton, Director of Instructional Clinics at the Fort Smith Youth Baseball and Softball this Sunday, 2 to 5 at Hunts Park. Check out their Facebook page and just show up and have a great time out there on Sunday. Shay, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you very much.